Back in Riyadh following 2 appearances for Brazil in the World Cup qualifiers during the international break. He was straight back into training ahead of this one. Soon after landing, looked set and ready to add more stardust to a team that's been looking pretty good already this season.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's going to be the big question, where he fits into that star-studded front line that's been on fire so far. Al-Dassari, Mitrovic, Malcolm, all with 4 goals already, and to think they've got this man to come in and add to that firepower must be pretty scary for the rest of the league.
Well, there's the main man. Al-Hilal fans will be happy tonight to see their record signing fit and available for selection, because they've had to be patient, haven't they? 60,000 came to the stadium last month to welcome him in style at the big ceremony. But the Brazilian superstar has needed a bit longer to recover from an ankle injury sustained in February. It's a landmark night then potentially for Al-Hilal. Of course, he's on the bench, but also, Joby, for the Saudi Pro League.
That recruitment at one stage looking as though he could be the next in line to overtake Messi and Ronaldo as the top player in the world. It hasn't quite happened, but undoubted quality. The fact that he's gone and broken Pele's record, I think, speaks volumes about what a top player he is.
Yeah, with the 2 goals for far from a one-man team though, aren't they? I mean, we've mentioned Mitrovic, but Ruben Neves and Milinkovic-Savic, I mean, they're hardly players in the autumns of their careers, are they? Aim at Damak, and they've lost the subsequent 3 without scoring. As Neymar appears in front of the fans and makes his way towards the bench. I'm sure we'll see him at some point, won't we, tonight?
Oh, absolutely, and going back to that presentation night, it was incredible, the amount that turned up and the actual spectacle that they created. And he's the type of player that we've seen, he needs that love, whether it's from the fans, whether it's from his football club, and he's certainly going to get that here.
Presumably this is a wise move, though, isn't it, by the club to not play him from the start, because he's been out for a long time. He had an injury, didn't he, in February? And so that was his first appearance. Quite a lot, isn't it, when you haven't played, when you've had a long injury? Yeah,
absolutely. But I'm sure that we're going to see him play some part tonight. That's what everybody's here for.
Yeah, I think we may well see him at some point, but the team have done exceedingly well without him. They will go to the top of the table if they win this match this evening. They're unbeaten so far, 4 wins. Big expectancy. I think many eyes in the stadium on the bench rather than the pitch at the start of the game.
It's not one that certainly I would have liked to have done when I was playing.
Al-Riyadh, Al-Khaibari.
Training ground, didn't quite get the last bit of it right. You can see what they're trying to do, just change the angle.
Who suffered a fractured jaw during the 2-1 win over Argentina.
On that left-hand side, really important. That's when I look at Al-Hilal, and yes, they've gone out and they've bought.
At the end of the half, Pro League, with Al-Hilal looking to go top of the table, leading 2-0 at half-time. There's Neymar among the substitutes this evening, which is where he will stay for now, quite clearly. But plenty of eyes in the stadium on him and around the world as well, as the Brazilian superstar fit enough to join the matchday squad for the first time following his arrival from Paris Saint-Germain last month. But I think they're just being cautious with him, aren't they, Joby? Because he's coming back from a long-term injury, and he's just played 2 matches in South America and flown back from there.
Yeah, and it's going to be a long-term project, not just for Neymar, but I think for everybody in Saudi Arabia, and I think they're really the best version of him. He's just got a bit of an energy gel in his hand there, so I think that bodes well for potentially us maybe seeing a little bit of him later on in the game.
He's had a pretty good week though, hasn't he? 2 goals and an assist, and a missed penalty, it must be said, for Brazil against Bolivia in a 5-1 win in a World Cup qualifier. Played in 2 matches for Brazil. Those 2 goals mean that he has now surpassed Pelé as Brazil's all-time.
For the players, of course.
And Dong, who's already had his name taken as the player conceding that.
It's that extra touch, rolls it, and doesn't get the finish that he wants.
Well, there's a hubbub in the stadium, an excitement in the stands, and that's why.
Yeah, he looks like he's about ready to come on and make a mark. As you say, he's had a good week away with Brazil and coming into this game full of confidence.
Making way, and Alan Tosca on. He actually had played every minute, Tosca, before today, but with respect to him, I think rather more people are looking at the player in blue at the moment inside the stadium. Big moment for Al-Hilal and the many followers of the team, and a very big moment for the Saudi Pro League coming up as well, because another global superstar is about to take the field in Saudi Arabia, and this for the very first time. The club's record signing, 90 million euros. They paid to Paris Saint-Germain. One of 3 substitutions about to be made by Jorge Jesus. Well, they've had to be patient, they've had to wait, but the moment is here and now. Brazil's all-time record goal scorer, Neymar, takes to the field in the blue and white of Al-Hilal for the first time following his big money move from Paris. And he's... Michail making way for Neymar. And
a change from Al Riyadh and Masona again swings it out to the back post, and just seeing it here, look.
During the summer. And Neymar just laying the ball off, and he's available on the edge of the penalty area. It's into Neymar, the little flick, collected by Malcolm, and almost...
In that number 10 position.
Well, you want star quality. Al-Hilal have got it. Malcolm, he'll take the return. Here's Neymar. Oh, what a flick! Keeper comes out, slammed into the back of the net. Referee lets it go, and Al-Hilal lead by 3-0. And the substitute, Nasser Al-Dawsari, who's only been on the field for a couple of minutes, pads out their lead to 3 goals.
Yeah, again, another scintillating move. Neymar involved so quickly into the action since he's come on to the football pitch, and again, Malcolm...
He was clattered, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He looked like he was going to be one to...
The referee just waiting for an official in their next fixture. The next 2 are at home, Al Fire next Friday, and then against the same around you when they're all jabbering in your ear at the same time.
Milinkovic-Savic,
Neves.
Ruben Neves in midfield. Koulibaly's looked transformed, really, certainly from his form that he showed. Make it as comfortable as it has been so far tonight.
Nasser Al-Dawsari available on the far side. Lovely little exchange in the match, but we'll just wait for this to bout. It would appear as if Masona is going to stay on the pitch and not receive that second yellow. It's not about to...
Kick was given. This is A1 position for
I don't
them.
rate Milinkovic much of getting this free kick, do you?
No, I don't think anyone else is thinking that it's not going to be Neymar taking this.
Has got a sight of goal here with this free kick. But the wall does its job, and it's the Belgian Dino Arzlanagic again. Old colleague, signed from Lazio during the summer. Here's Neymar. Their opening match, their next league game, Al-Hilal's next league game. Mohamed Al-Baraik, one of the substitutes with the throw. He's only started 1 match in the league so far, but he's played in every one of them as Neymar just... with the chance to clear, and Alakel is the player at the far post, as here comes Neymar, stretching his legs for the blue and white of Al-Hilal. Support arriving from Malcolm, who makes it 4. The assist for Neymar, the goal for Malcolm. The Brazilians combine. 4-0 to Al-Hilal, top of the league tonight.
Yeah, and Samba football in Saudi Arabia tonight. Malcolm, who again has been excellent throughout the course of tonight, and Neymar picking up those positions. The minute he's come onto this pitch, he has looked pure quality. Looks like he really does fancy the role that he's been given, the atmosphere. Really looking like this is going to be a brilliant addition to this league. You see here they break, Koulibaly does well. Neymar, lovely touch. You think from Mitrovic, which was incredible. Another one earlier on. So it could have been a lot worse. He's again stuck to his task. He will be disappointed with that, though.
Yeah, Al Riyadh in the bottom 3 as it stands at the moment, of course, still very early in the season. Here's Alexander Mitrovic. Malcolm. Al-Baraik. They're looking for a handball, and Neymar puts it just wide.
Has he given it for a penalty here? I think he might have done.
Referee gives the penalty for handball, which is what we thought at the time. That's what they were claiming.
Did they try and let Neymar get off the mark? It seems as though the crowd want it.
Kept his cool, he coped with the pressure, smiles all round. Al-Hilal, 5-star show against Al Riyadh.
Yeah, no problem at all for Al-Darsari there, and there was
opposite sides.
And that is what the league is going to come down to, I believe, this year, because there is such a gulf now between the likes of Al Riyadh, yes, a newly promoted team, but one of the real superpowers of Saudi Arabian football in Al-Hilal.
Neymar sending the ball forward. Al-Darsari away to the far side. Cano leaving it for Neymar. He collects. Neymar. Utter dominance in terms of the pattern of the play. Never mind the scoreline. Smothered shot there from the Brazilian.
Yeah, but again, gets himself technically far superior.
Well, the bad news for Al Riyadh, we're playing 9 minutes at the end of this game, 9 minutes in which Mitrovic. Here's Alexander Mitrovic, sighting a goal, trying to tee it up. Neymar almost all the way.
Just trying to be too clever there, I feel. Does really well to burst on to it again. Mitrovic, such an important focal point, able to go and play off there. Gets a little touch, unselfish. You can see on the pitch and getting the teams with the greatest respect.
Here's Neymar, tees it up. Good save, Campagna, but it is number 6, Salem Al-Darsari.
And that is the icing on the cake for Al-Hilal. Again, Campagna does well initially to save the first shot, but doesn't get helped out at all by his defenders.
And the goal has been given. And we're in the 9th minute of added time. Very little for him to work with this evening in this one. There'll be better days and days of greater opportunity. Al-Hilal runaway winners against Al Riyadh. 2 up at the break, adding 4 more in the second half.